Well, things aren't going too well today. My plan today was to spray some food plots, but things, like I said, have been kind of a debacle. First thing I went out to my four-wheeler battery was dead, so I had to go and get that jumped with my truck, got the battery jumped, got the ATV going, then I filled up the tank, got my herbicide in there, got my water, drove out to the food plots, came out here, tried to spray, and the sprayer won't work. So now I've got to look at the sprayer, and the first thing I thought was I got to check that connection between the sprayer and the ATV battery. So I need to turn off the battery, or I need to turn off the ATV. So I turn off the ATV, fiddle with the connections for the sprayer, and then when I go to turn the ATV back on, it won't turn on. So I am now out here with a dead ATV, a dead sprayer, and a food plot that needs to be sprayed. So I figure I'll at least tell you what I'm doing here, because this is some important work and this is an important place. This area we're in right here, you can see all behind me extending out all the way to there. This is kind of the hot spot of my main Michigan property where I've been hunting that buck I call Holyfield. And the work I do on this habitat is really, really important, because previous to all this stuff I had in here, this food plot system, this was just tall grass, and when it was like that, this whole front part of the farm was dead. There was no activity. But I came in here and started making some improvements maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it completely changed the farm. So it's important that I continue doing that, continue to maintain this area, and get a plan every year to keep that high activity level. So here's what I got going on here. It's kind of a 2-section, it used to be 3-section, but it's a 2-section food plot now. So right here you can see a clover plot that I got planned here, and this I needed to spray to try to take care of some of the grasses you can see out over this way. But it's a real nice clover in here. This was the first plot I planted on this property, and really good, but I needed to increase that size, increase the amount of food I was getting up here. So a year or two after putting that one in, I decided to expand what you can see all around there. I'll take you over there and show you exactly what I've done. So all here, this kind of dirt, swampy looking area right now, this all used to be just tall grass like this stuff. Not really that tall though, short, maybe a couple feet tall. Not a whole lot of nutritional value there for the deer, not very much cover for the deer, so they never came in here. So like I said, a couple years ago, I opened up 2 sections of this grass, probably total a little over an acre worth of ground I disced up, and started planting food plot. And as I've talked about on Wired to Hunt in the podcast before, what I plant out here is a mix, well, not really a mix, but strips of Whitetail Institute wintergreens and then their Whitetail Oats Plus. So right here you can see, for example, right there, that was a strip of oats, and then right there was a strip of brassicas, and then you can sort of see the green where the oats were, the darker spot there is where the brassicas were. Every year I flip-flop them. So I've got great early season to mid-season attraction of the oats, I've got great mid to late season attraction with the brassicas, and then every year I can go ahead and flip-flop those, so I'm never planting the same thing in the same place year after year. Now, that's all great and good, having all this food out here, like I said, an acre and a half of food maybe, but there's 2 things that make this especially good. Number 1, here to my right is some really high quality bedding cover. The deer bed in there, including some of the bucks I've been after, and they come out and they feed in this food source, which is planted in the late fall, or late summer, sorry. But it is adjacent to a great big open field. And I worried about that when I first started planting this. I didn't know what kind of daylight activity I would get because of that fact. So what I started doing, what I've done ever since, is I plant a food plot screen around the outer edge of this food plot. And shared a video last spring about that food plot screen. But basically from about here on along that edge, I plant a mixture of Egyptian wheat and sorghum. And that grows, when I get it planted the right way, it grows 10, 12 feet tall, really thick, and makes this whole area here behind me completely secluded. So these deer can bed back in here, they can come feed out into this acre food plot, but still feel like they're completely secluded from this big field, from the road, from anything else. Now, my challenge this year is that, well, first, my ATV's dead, my tank's dead, so I don't know what kind of work I'm gonna get done, but also, it is very, very wet. I don't know if you can see all these wet spots in here, but I'm gonna have some challenges getting my equipment in here and getting stuff planted or even sprayed. So that's kind of what I have ahead of me. I'm hoping stuff will dry out. I'm hoping I can get my ATV fixed. Hoping I can get that sprayer fixed, because right now I gotta get this sprayed, get these weeds killed off. I gotta get my food plot screen planted. And then later this summer, I gotta get that stuff planted, the oats and the brassicas. And if I don't do that, I'm in deep trouble. If I don't do that, there's no reason for deer or Holyfield to come out of here and come over here where I can hunt. So I need this habitat system here. It's been a crucial food plot, or it's been a crucial habitat improvement project, and it really, really shows the power that you can have with a couple key kind of improvements or manipulations to the habitat. I mean, it completely changed the property, completely changed the kind of success I was having out here, and it's probably gonna make or break my season as I chase Holyfield this year. So that's what I've got ahead of me, and now I just gotta hope some things go well and get to work.